Welcome to Spurring You On. My name is Cynthia, and my goal today is to spur you on by sharing part 14 of my health journey with you. Good news! The pathology report came back showing clear margins that the surgeon, guided by the Lord, was able to remove the tumor and get out the clump of lymph nodes, which came back. 2 of them had cancer and them as well, but she feels like she got everything out that she could. I was actually able to hear a medical professional agree with me that it was a miracle that the cancer had contained to one area, the cancer that they said was aggressive, and I waited a whole entire year to get it out. I am so thankful. The Lord has done great things for me. As the healing continues, I must be patient and rest and listen for the voice of the Lord to show me which way to go. I am counting on this verse from Jeremiah 30:17. For I will restore health unto you, and I will heal you of your wounds, says the Lord. It was my desire to receive healing without the intervention of chemotherapy or radiation or surgery. I did not want the Lord to have to share the glory with a medical professional. But my sister talked to me and helped me see that God gets the glory by what we do and by what we say. My mom said the doctor can do the surgery, but it is the Lord who does the healing. I am thankful for the excellent care that I received from the medical team that skillfully worked on my body. And I do give God the glory for the healing that is taking place in me. I'm also thankful that I did not have to take pain medication or any kind of over-the-counter medication to deal with the pain involved from the surgery. If you saw how bruised I am in the incision and how large it is, you would be amazed by that. My oncologist told me that the cancer that I have been diagnosed with, HER2 positive, is an aggressive cancer and that it is intelligent. And it tries to find a way back into the body. She strongly suggested that I take chemotherapy and immunotherapy. The drugs are Perjeta, Kanjinti, Taxotere, Carboplatin. I would also need to take steroids like the day before, the day of, and the day after getting chemo treatments. My oncologist is fabulous, and she does take care of what concerns me. Before I could get the chemo infusions, I needed to get a few things done, like having an echocardiogram so that they could monitor my heart and watch the progression of my heart function, since some of the drugs that I would be taking affects the function of the heart. They needed a baseline to be able to see where I was at the beginning, and then as I'm taking chemo, to be able to see how well my heart is holding up, so to speak. So here is an image of a man getting an ultrasound. Frequent echocardiographic monitoring is required as often as 4 times during the treatment phase. Now, for some reason, when I went to get my echocardiogram, it was incredibly painful. Mind you, I had not cried any tears through having multiple compression fractures in my back and through a mastectomy and through all of the things that I went through. I never shed one tear, but that echocardiogram was incredibly painful. Before I knew it, tears were just rolling down my cheeks, and I was like, I told the technician, this really is painful, and she just didn't seem to care. But when I told my oncologist, she was like, oh no, it should not be painful at all. And so she didn't have me go back to that technician or that company or whatever you want to call it. Again, I went to Memorial Hospital to have it from then on. And it wasn't painful at all. I also needed to get a port for chemo infusions. A chemo port is a small disc usually inserted just below your collarbone. It is about the size of a quarter and creates a small bump under your skin, which can be covered by clothing. A thin, soft, flexible tube called a line goes from the disc directly into a large vein. The good thing about getting a port is that the chemo drugs and the immunotherapy and any other kind of fluids that they need to give can go right through the port. And they also can draw blood from the port, which saves my veins. It is very painful for me for some reason to have blood drawn or like anything done through my veins when it has to do with the needle. It just really hurts. And so I can't even imagine every single week having some sort of infusion or having blood drawn through my veins. So the port is a lot easier and less painful, which is a blessing to me. Getting the port is a surgical procedure, and I was put to sleep to have it. It didn't hurt at all because I didn't know, but afterward, for like about 6 to 8 months, the port area was very sensitive. Anytime I'm put to sleep, I know there's a risk, because they tell you that you may not wake up. But I was quite peaceful, and I journaled this while I was sitting on my bed waiting to go to surgery. If I slip into eternity today, I know it will be so wonderful. If I wake up, I will know that there's something more to do. Show me what it is. Here is some footage of me getting ready for the chemotherapy. At Tennessee Oncology, and we came last week, but I couldn't have the treatment, so they told me on the phone yesterday that everything should be fine and I should be able to have the treatment. So we got up really super early this morning, and we were out walking around the block and going up the 20 steps at the church for exercise, and I feel great. I've had my algae superfood and iodine and a smoothie, and it's my regular smoothie that has graviola powder in it, amla powder, green powder mix, blueberry and strawberry, and had to take the prednisone with that. So yesterday I had 4 prednisone tablets and prayed that there would be no harmful side effects. And I didn't have any side effects. I had to take it again today. Okay, I'm just about ready here. The port, I know it's down here, but does it have a string or something that goes up?
Mm-hmm. I can actually get you a little book that kind of shows it all. But there's like the portacath is right there. That's where we stick the needle in. And there's a catheter that goes in from there up and drops into the subclavian artery there. So I can kind of show you a little diagram.
I can feel it.
Yeah, you can kind of feel it. Usually with people small like you can kind of feel that catheter where it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's get this so it doesn't get off the hand when it's closed. Grab with your thumb right there and kind of hold that down for me so it stays out of the way.
I'm going to close my eyes.
That's totally
and
fine.
Will you not tell me that you're going to stick it?
You don't want me to tell you?
No.
Okay.
I'll just close my eyes and think of something else.
Okay. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you actually turn your head to the left. So that kind of helps it so I can have more space here, and it kind of makes it stand out a little more and brings it closer to the surface, so hopefully I won't have to dig as deep to get to it, if that makes it feel, I don't like to say it like that, but it makes it a little less painful sometimes.
Yeah.
So this is just, we're going to clean it real good.
So at this point, it's been longer than an hour, so does that wear off?
So we like it on there for at least 30 minutes, and then...
So we can't have video in here.
It's in, and I don't feel it at all. The medicine going into my veins, so that's good. Immunotherapy, which is used to target cancer cells, was given to me before the chemo drug. Here's some footage of me actually in the infusion room, or the treatment room as they call it.
I'm glad. I'm going to have some yogurt and do some scriptures and just chill out.
John brought his guitar and played relaxing music for about a half hour. Very comforting to me. Neulasta is an on-body injector. It was taped to my stomach and it gave me a shot 24 hours after my chemotherapy treatment. I never felt it, thankfully. Neulasta is a man-made form of a protein that stimulates the growth of white blood cells in your body. And white blood cells help us to fight infection. They also told me to have some Claritin on hand. The reason why Claritin is taken with Neulasta is to reduce bone pain, which is a very common side effect of Neulasta. In the next video, I will talk about how the chemo affected my body. I will end this video with the sound that the machine makes when the chemo infusion is completed. I pray that you never have to hear that sound again. Let me know in the comments below how I can spur you on, and you can spur me on by giving this video a thumbs up or subscribing. If you want to leave a comment below, that's great. And in the description below is my email address if you would like to email me. But until the next time, I'm spurring you on toward love and good deeds.